The purpose of this clip is to demonstrate how to start adding content to a brand new Moodle course page. So I've logged back into my CLG Moodlecloud.com site, and the Moodle Introduction for GAA Personnel course that was created in an earlier clip is listed here. So I can now click on that course to go in and start adding content to it. So initially, as you can see, there's just 6 blank topics. So what I want to start doing is to start adding content to the page. And one of the features of Moodle is that when you add content, you can then move it around and rejig it a little bit if you aren't happy with your initial presentation or layout. So the first thing I want to do in this instance is to make sure I've turned editing on. So I'm going to turn editing off for a moment. And as you can see, the various icons that allow me edit and add resources are now have now disappeared. So I'm now in a mode very close to what a student might see when he or she is taking a course. So I'm going to go back up here to the wheel and turn editing on. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at topic 1 and I'm going to change the heading that topic 1 has. So I'm going to call it something like Moodle Overview. So press return and the heading has changed. And the next thing I'm going to do is to add some resources to that topic. So with the plus sign here, I can add an activity or a resource. So older versions of Moodle had a slight variation of this, but adding an activity or a resource means I can create things such as quizzes. And down further here, I can add files or add folders, among other things. So in this case, what I want to do is add a folder. I'm going to create a blank folder. So I'm in the adding a new folder overview to Moodle overview section now, and I'm going to call this Moodle documentation. And what I could do is I could immediately drag and drop files of some sort, PDFs or PowerPoints, etc., into this slot here and save the changes. But I'm going to go back to the course page to show that the folder has been added. Here's the folder. When I click into it, it has no contents. There's nothing visible here. But if I want to add some files of some sort, I just click edit, and then it opens up the drag and drop feature that I can use to drop in the files. So the drag and drop feature is very attractive in Moodle. It's been added in the last few years. But I'm going to go the standard add a file, and what I can do is I can upload a file from my local desktop. So there's a number of options here. Upload a file from my own device is the one I'm going to choose. So I choose my file, and I land into a folder called GAA Moodle 2018. And this document here, it's a couple of years old, but it's still a nice 31-page overview of Moodle that I'm going to upload to my new Moodle site. So it's uploaded very quickly. I save my changes, that's really important. And then what I can see is the file is listed here in the folder. So if I go back out now, I'm going to go back out to the main page. So if I click on Moodle GAA, I'm on the main page for this particular course. If I wanted to go back further, I could hit home, and I'm back out in the main site kind of intro page, site landing page. So I'm going to go back into my Moodle Introduction for GAA Personnel, and I now have my Moodle documentation folder that's visible. If I want to add additional folders, I can just click under the same topic. I can just repeat the same process again and add as many folders as I want. I won't bother in this case, I'll just cancel. And likewise, folders can be added to any of the topics that are visible here. So if this was my work finished for the day, what I could do is I could turn editing off. So I'm now back on the non-design mode, we'll call it. But if I want to see what the page now looks like from a student perspective, there's an option in Moodle to allow me to switch my role. So I'm in as the teacher role at the minute for this particular page or this particular course. So I can switch role to one of a number of different options. As a teacher and student are the two that most of us would have access to who teach in a normal educational environment. But depending on the rank you're at, you can switch to one of a number of roles. So I'm going to just flick to the student role. And what I see here is much the same page I saw a moment ago. But as a student, I can click into the folder. I can download the folder, and if there's a number of files in the folder, I can download the entire folder contents. Or I can just double click on the file that I'm interested in, and as you can see here on the left, the file is being downloaded. So I can bring the file home with me if I wanted to. So I'm going to navigate my way out of there again and back to the main Moodle page. So that's the end of this simple clip to show me how to add a folder to a Moodle course page and then to add files to that folder.